Howdy mates, good afternoon. It is Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. So I'm over once again at the Cedar Point Environmental Park near Englewood, Florida. And I actually did a video here not too long ago. But this video is going to have a slight different focus as opposed to just focusing on the Lemon Bay. This is going to have a bit of a different approach. So as I was mentioning yesterday, here we have a black mangrove, and the reason you know if it's a black mangrove is due to the flowers here. They're like one of the only ones that produce these types of white flowers that are relatively small. Probably in terms of width, it's probably only a ½ inch. That's about it. Very small. But then these new metaphors that I was discussing yesterday are here. This is what they are. The new metaphors, which are essentially known as snorkel roots. So the black mangroves like to receive oxygen, of course, or carbon dioxide, excuse me. So what they do is because a lot of the roots are also underneath this sand. So the roots will extrude from the ground, or protrude from the ground, and they'll take in whatever carbon dioxide they want. As I mentioned, they like to extrude salt. So here's a little bit of a demonstration. If you rub your fingers against the pneumatophores, and you go to taste it. Yep, it has a bit of that salty flavor. So that's what they do. They take in whatever water and carbon dioxide they can, and then eventually they'll produce oxygen as a result, and then they'll have a remnant of the salt that they used from the water. Okay, so moving on, give me just a moment. Alright mates, you might be wondering what exactly am I focusing on? Well, as part of this video, I wanted to talk about foraging. Plants that you can find out in the wild that are indeed edible. So the first particular plant that I wanted to point out is known as a saltwort. And it's kind of in the name. They call it saltwort because they do like to be surrounded by salt. And as part of an estuary, it has a little bit of salt. But here's the kicker. You can take one of these off, right here. And this is what they look like up close. And they almost act like a vine. You take it off, you got one of these guys. And the nice thing is, they don't do any harm, as they are edible. And they also have water as well. But they have a bit of a salty flavor, hence the name. So then, moving on, we also got ourselves the sea purslane. So, looks a bit similar to the saltwort, but the sea purslane has leaves, well, parts of the leaves that are a bit larger in size, a bit more wider, as it were. So these guys are about intermediate. So saltwort is the least saltiest. This is right in the middle. So you can also eat these as well. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah, you can put this in your salad, or as my friend, shout out, Gerald, has mentioned, he likes to put this in his scrambled eggs. But yeah, this is the sea purslane. And then, last but not least, we got ourselves the glasswort, right down here. Very slender plant, as a matter of fact, and it's a bit smaller, too, than the rest. But you can take off one of these, and you might be wondering, why do they call it glasswort? Well, they call it glasswort because on the inside it actually contains silica, which actually makes up salt, or glass, excuse me. And silica is one of those most abundant elements in the world, as they make up majority of our rocks too. But these little guys are the most saltiest. Oh yeah. Yeah, these are by far the most saltiest of them all. So yeah. If you're ever in a survival situation, and you're out in this type of landscape or climate, those are some things that you can eat, just to help stave off a bit of that starvation. So, I hope you guys learned something of value. Had to kind of change up the theme of the video. Because it's not like there'll always be a grocery store nearby, or a restaurant, or a fast food chain. So that's just something to keep note. Part of bushcraft. So, hope you guys get to enjoy your Tuesday, and once again, journey on a journey is outwards. Take care, folks.